Well, hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you may be while I'm recording this video. This is your boy, Turgon the Wise, coming at you with a new video today. And today is my 1 week update on the craziest server in the history of the game. As you can see, we are playing in the land of five streams. I'm on the team Yudes, and so far, it's been an intriguing season from a variety of perspectives. Let's go to the map, check it out, see what's going on here. So far there has been some fighting. We have a red pin, and most of the fighting has been between Meta, Lame, Pran, and Chaos up here in this area. Pran, Chaos here, and then all of them over here. Now, just to catch you up, on day one, these orange teams here, or rust, I don't know what color you want to call that exactly. Kind of looks like rust to me. Copper? Hmm, maybe it's copper. This is Ilil and Order, and they originally spawned up in Forward Waith, and Meta spawned in Forward Waith with them and waged war on them right from day one. And that didn't go too good for Ilil and Order. By day three, they decided to relocate to the White Mountains here, and they've formed their kingdom and are starting to stretch out in the west here. Um, Meta has obviously spread in this direction, coming down here and over here. Chaos is up in here. They spawn in Arid Mithrin and have been moving this way to meet their allies. Meta. Pran started in Iron Hills, and the Lame started in the east. So they're getting themselves situated in this kingdom up here. They have their three capitals already. Um, so, and we're down here. Our partners, gods, spawned in the Darklands, and we spawned in Land of Five Streams, and are working our way up. We're already by the core region. We are 1 week into the season as of 5 hours ago, from almost 6 hours ago. So this is a very, rapidly moving server. I don't think there's a lot of servers that by day seven would have developed this much with this many teams. And that's an expectation that I had going into the season, knowing there was eight very active and strong teams participating in this server. I like to call it the super server, the server of all servers. Um, so it's been interesting. I don't want to really go into talking about the politics because for a variety of reasons. First and foremost, I don't want to be an influencer in that realm. What happens in those spaces happens in those spaces, and it's not appropriate for me to comment on that as part of my YouTube recordings. That's just, I don't want there to be any kind of like conflict of interest or whatever. I am a member of the leadership team in Ute, so I have access to all the conversations. I understand what's happening, but like I said, it's not really appropriate to get into that here. And furthermore, even if I did, on the turn of a dime, something could change at any given moment. The situation is extremely dynamic, things shifting this way and that way. Like envision, if you're one of those people who love going to the gym, and you think you like to work on your stabilizing muscles in your core and in your legs, and you think that a good way to achieve this is by standing on a medicine ball and it's just constantly teetering this way or that, and you're constantly having to adjust in order to maintain balance. That is really the best analogy I can come up with for the political situation on this server. It's constantly teetering in this direction or that direction. It's always moving. It's very dynamic. Every single leader, every single team is not stupid. It's a pleasure working with everyone on this server because you know there's the game within the game that happens in Lord of the Rings Rise to War. And I think this is one of the aspects of this game that truly makes it more unique than any other game that I've really ever played, at least in terms of just a strategy game. And it's one of the things that makes this season so interesting and fun. For me, is kind of be on the front lines of these discussions and having an opportunity to participate and chip in my perspectives. And so, we'll continue keeping an eye as the situation develops. Because the situation is so sensitive, I am quite intentionally not posting any of my videos until well after anything that I say in this video could have any impact on the current moment. You can see in the lower right hand side of my screen, it's the 5th of April and it is 9:54 a.m. my time. This video will not be posted and made available to anyone to watch for at least 24 hours. So the reason behind that is out of respect for everyone on the server, I don't want my YouTube videos to in any way, shape, or form influence what is happening on this server. I don't want somebody to watch my video and go, "Oh, I see this happening here. I didn't know that was happening there. I'm going to do this to, adjust to what I'm seeing because of Turgon's video." By the time you see this video, whatever it is you saw that you thought you could do something about is already gone. The window of opportunity is passed. You will get nothing out of my videos that's going to help you from a strategic standpoint, and that's intentional on my part. So. Um, it's cool. We finally have a red pin. There will be more coming. There will be more PvP happening very soon. So, given that I've already stated that I'm not going to be posting this for a while, I can comfortably tell you we're going to be taking a couple more keeps today, and then the PvP will be coming. So, by the time I post this video, the situation will be changing, and um, I look forward to making the next video because I think there will be a lot more going on in a variety of different places. It'll be interesting to see how the map fills in and develops, where the pins occur, how the pins occur. If allegiances go one way or another. One thing that I can safely tell everyone as part of this video was that we had a very intense discussion with our partners and with the other leaders on the server about our next steps. And what will be happening is we're going to go kind of in two different directions in an effort to kind of recalibrate or rebalance the server. Because, such as it is, really right now, Eudes, Gods, and Meta Chaos, if we really wanted to, we could probably kill the server by next week. Um, like I said earlier, Meta really did a number on Ilil and Order, forcing them to move over here. And I anticipate, granted, I could be wrong, but I anticipate Ilil and Order are going to do everything they can to hit Meta in their flank, which will draw them away, which will leave Chaos a little bit more exposed against the combination of Pran and Lame. So if we attacked Pran and Lame and cleared Chaos of this, it would be a little bit too easy for this Teal Kingdom here to kind of have its way. So what we've decided to do, Gods will hit Lame up here, which will leave Chaos to fight Pran up here. And we are going to attack Meta in the center up here, which will allow Ilil and Order a little bit of breathing room to get themselves caught up in farm. So that is what is going to be happening over the next 24 hours here. And we'll see where it goes. If the situation becomes lopsided, then adjustments will be made. So we'll see how that all goes. We're kind of the new kids in town when it comes to the NRP realm with all these like big juggernaut um, NRP teams. So we're kind of like the folks that are, if we wanted to, sure, we'll work with you and we'll kill the server. That's not really what we want to do. We don't want to make anyone mad. Um, we don't necessarily love everyone on the server, but at the same time, it is our guiding principle. Last season, Yudes didn't really have any PvP. We really haven't PvP'd since mid-January. Um, and that was just because we were a very big fish in a very small pond on that server. So we're very hungry for PvP, and we want this season to stretch out as long as it can. We want it to be as intense as it can for as long as it can. So in order to do that, if we have to fight meta, so be it. If that doesn't do it and some other group becomes, excessively strong, then we're going to go and fight that group. And if it ends up being that we're the group that becomes excessively strong, we're not going to do things in a manner that is going to kill the server. That's just not what Yudes is about. It's never been what we've been about, and it's never going to be what we're about. We're not a server killing. We're not a greedy kind of selfish team. We just want the good fights. We want to have fun. We want to enjoy the game that we've invested so much of our time in to just be a good time. We don't want fighting for 2 weeks and then sitting around waiting for bag end for 3. That's not really what we want any season, but especially this season because this is such a rare opportunity for there to be a lot of very good and fun fights. And that's what we're trying to do. That's our goal. And we're not like I said earlier, we're not trying to make anyone mad. We're not trying to make enemies. We're not trying to make friends. We're just trying to do what needs to be done so that the whole server really can share in this incredible opportunity to have such a unique experience playing the game. And I hope that anyone from any team on the server that's watching this video can appreciate the desire to do this um, and feels the same way. I get it. There are some teams on the server that hate other teams on the server. I get it. That happens. That happens every server, every season. There are some teams that follow other teams just to snipe them. I'm not saying that's what's happening on this server, but I'm just laying out a general hypothetical scenario because it's something that frequently occurs within the ecosystem of this game. And there's teams that just don't like each other for whatever reason, whether it's because it's a team that's very strong and they lost to another very strong team, so they want to avoid that strong team because they want to win, whether it's because one team is, behaves very badly in chats, whether it's in private chats or in public chats, world chats, whatever, or some combination of these things. There could be other reasons, granted, but these are all things that Utes doesn't try to do. We don't try to make enemies by flattening people. We don't try to make enemies by talking shit on people and being toxic. That's just not what Utes is about, and we're never going to be. And if there's ever a time where a group feels that that is happening to them, I encourage them strongly to reach out to our leadership team, either to myself or to Francis or anyone else that's on our council, because if there's behavior that is occurring from our team that does not align with our principles, then we will work to manage it. Okay? So I just want to make sure that I'm crystal clear with our principles and our expectations for this in any server. Such as it is, I'm extremely pleased, you given 1 week into the season, how far I've developed. Granted, I am not as developed as some people on the server. There's a lot of juggernauts on the server, and by the same token, there are also people that I'm far more developed than. So I'm very pleased, to be preparing to be hitting main hall 10 at some point, probably this weekend with any luck. It depends on how much, once the PvP starts, it digs into my RSS to do this, but I'm well on my way to getting myself to main hall 10 very soon. Like I said, hopefully by the end of this weekend. If it isn't done, I'll at least have started the process. As anyone who plays this game knows, it takes a tremendous amount of resources to start main hall 10. And so that's why you see me working on storage 15. That gets your limit. You can't even get main hall 10 without storage 15, because this is what enables you to get up to 1 million of all resources. And as you can see, you need 990,000 stone. So literally, I will have to fill my entire storage with stone. And after I start main hall 10, I would only have 10,000 stone left. So obviously, another level in here is going to be required if I'm going to have any stone left after I start this. And I still have a number of other buildings that I'm working on as well. You people might be wondering, why on earth is your lumber tribute so high and not the other ones? And I'm going to tell you straight up, I have been just burning through wood at an exponential rate this season. It's been really something else. Eagles, for whatever reason, just cost a ton of wood to make. Everything costs a ton of wood to make. So for that reason, I have a lopsided. I've been trying to focus on keeping my wood resource per hour a little bit higher than my other ones, because I burn through it more quickly than all my other resources right now. Of course, this is before any major battling and PvP for my team has started. So, you can see I have more food than anything else right now. But in reality, this 516,000 food, I could flush that down the toilet after an hour of fighting very, very quickly and easily. So, um, that's what's going on with me. That's what's going on with my team. That's what's going on with the server. Let's just check a couple of other things real quick for the sake of doing so. Here's what the leaderboard looks like from a personal production perspective. It's shifted quite a bit. Like I said, this server is very dynamic. If you had looked at this yesterday, the top five would have all been folks from Meta or Chaos, with a few people in gods or youths in there. There's one member of Lame in the top 10, but by and large, you don't see really anyone from um, Ilil or Order until you're getting down to level 38. This guy, Mythlove, who I remember from my season 3. So, it's been a very interesting server. There's a lot of action going on. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes. From a fellowship production perspective, you can see we're basically on par, very close to Meta. There was a brief period of time where we were ahead of them, while Meta was fighting Ilil and Order up in Forage Waith. But then since Ilil and Order moved to White Mountains, that opened up Meta to farm pretty freely, and so they've been ahead of us again. Gods has caught up really nicely. They were around fifth a day or so back. So it looks like Chaos was a little higher on the list earlier in the week. So some of their RSS has been eaten up a little bit, I guess, with their contest with Pran and Lame. So this is what the leaderboard looks like, and you can see the exponential drop off after this eighth position. They have like half the farm. None of these kingdoms really, or teams, I should say, really matter or they're not going to have like a very dramatic impact on the season. Not to say that they can't have any impact. Obviously, there can be stuff that these teams can do that'll influence things. I'm not going to even bother with the contribution ranking because right now it's mostly just contribution from taking keeps and such. So there's really not a whole lot in the space yet since the bolus of the PvP for our kingdom hasn't started yet, but it will be very soon, and I'm excited for that. And hopefully, I don't get my ass handed to me too badly, but we'll see how it goes. This server is the ultimate measuring stick for any team, any player, and I'm just so excited to be here and to be part of this server. Regardless of how all the politics plays out, I think it's going to be a lot of fun and it's going to be very interesting. And I'm looking forward to, in a couple of days from now, doing another one of these videos to catch everyone up on whatever the current situation may be. So, um, thank you so much. I hope that you'll leave me a like and a subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to my channel. Please visit my friends. We have 3 YouTubers on Yudes. The other 2 being Azra, Azra. You can look him up on YouTube. Search for Azra, Game of Thrones, not Game of Thrones, Jesus Christ, Lord of the Rings: Rise to War. Azra or something like this, or also our other good buddy, Fellow of the Rings. You can just search for Fellow of the Rings, and I'm sure he'll come right up. His channel is awesome. He does a lot of streaming and a lot of podcasts. And both of these guys are terrific mates, and I appreciate their contributions both from a YouTube perspective as well as the team. So thank you both very much for all you do. Go and check out their channels. Give them likes and subscribes to everything that they do. It's very, very helpful for all of us. That you're, enjoying our content. So, if there's anything that you think that you would like to see that we don't cover, if there's anything we can do better, if you like us, if you hate us, whatever, let us know. Send us your feedback either by commenting on our videos or reaching out to us on Discord or in game. Thanks so much again for taking the time to watch this video. I appreciate your time greatly. I hope the rest of your day, evening, or morning, whatever it may be, treats you well. Take care and stay well. All right? Cheers.